is up, everyone? Yeah, I'm always on this thing anyways when I'm driving home, so I figured I'd talk to you guys about something. I don't know. Just figured it was easier to do this sometimes to get content out there and also speak my mind a little bit. So here I am. As to Dandelion's Fluff saying that I only have a 5-minute drive home, that might be true, but I can also time it to take as long as I want. I mean, truthfully, I know all sorts of ways to take longer to get home if I wanted to. There's no reason to, but that's how it is. Anyways, I see Positive Candor there. Thank you very much, Positive, for being here. The K.I.T. 2000, that's 2000. I wish I had that car. I loved that car. And LDG in the chat. Hello, LDG. Guys, throw LDG some love. He's having some issues right now. I won't go into it. If he wants to explain it to some people, he can. But he's having a crappy day in a sense because YouTube, they're all idiots. Hey, Shadowhunter, Drop Shot, good to see you guys. So I thought I'd talk about something important today. Those of you who are in what I call my community, which is, Fandom Menace, Fandom Collective, Comicsgate, any one of these things, and a lot of people who don't associate with any of those, but anybody I talk to, I figure they're my community. They're the people that I associate with. And one thing for sure right now is that a lot of people are currently kind of losing their minds. There's been a lot of little squabbles going on lately. On some channels, name calling. On other channels, not so much. Just kind of saying, "Hey, here's the deal. This is the current situation." And then also, it seems like a lot of people take sides. I'm not a person who likes to take sides on anything. Listen, if you have an issue with somebody, I think you guys should handle it internally with each other and just handle it amongst yourselves. You don't have to spread it across this community. Because here's the thing. There's a lot of us who don't have those issues. And you know what? I don't blame anybody who has an issue with somebody else. If they do, I know that if I invite them on my channel, that person comes on and the other person doesn't. And when the other person is on, I bring them on, but I don't bring the other person on. I respect what their wishes are, but I don't go out of my way to change how I want to do things with my channel. And it seems like drama and the issues that people have, their own personal problems with channels or with personalities, it gets thrown out there, and then people feel like they have to take a side. And I'm not like that. That's right. Throw LDG some cash. But it just seems to me that a lot of people out there like to separate groups of people, move them aside. You're mine, you're theirs. I'm not going to talk to you because you talked to this person. Ghosting is absolutely one of the worst things I think these people do. Just because they might be in a circle with somebody, they get ghosted. It's ridiculous because we're all a community here. Well, I can tell you I have some inside knowledge on that drop shot, but I'm not going to go into what I absolutely know because I'm not going to sit there and put people's dirty laundry or what they've told me out there because it's not my job, and nor do I think it needs to be out there. The people or peoples who are in it should handle it, and I don't think it's been handled that great. I don't agree with everything everybody says in this community. I'm not on everybody's side on their political views or on their likes and dislikes of movies or not that. But that's what makes us unique. That's what makes us the community we are. And again, I'm not going to go into Fandom Menace, Fandom Collective, Comicsgate or anything like that, the Star Trek community, the Orville community, any of those people. I'm not going into that because I talk to everybody. I talk to a lot of people and a lot of different things. I'm not going to wreck. But the problem is that we as a community need to stay as a community. If you have an issue with somebody, take it up with them on a one-on-one level. If you can't do that, don't expect people to take your side. They might understand why you feel the way you do, but don't put them in the middle of it. And I'm not saying everybody who has issues with people in this community do that. I'm saying that there are people in this community who very much will do that. It is not the community's job to pick a side on squabbles, on differences of opinions or differences of views, or if somebody feels like they've been slighted or wronged. It's not the community's job to take sides, because then what you're doing is you're purposely putting a spike in the middle of that community. And all these communities that I've mentioned are very strong within each other. But every once in a while, you get these wonderful people that want to start these squabbles and stuff. And when you do that, it just causes and throws a wrench into everything. I'm not really sure why people do that. Again, if you know me personally, you know that I'm a supporter of anybody out there who does what I do. It's difficult to do this. Some of us have more time than others. Some of us work our butts off. Some of us work our butts off for YouTube. Some of us work our butts off at a job. Some of us work our butts off at all of it. Shadow Hunter, just need to put our differences aside, just leave the troubles for private. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm saying. I'm not telling people kumbaya. I'm not going to tell anybody in this community, hey, be kumbaya with this person because just do it for all of us. No. Just be honest with somebody. Hey, if you hear somebody's name come up, hey, you want to come on the stream? Chris Knight and a few other people are going to be on it. Oh, well, I don't want to be on a stream with Chris Knight because, I don't want to be on it. That's all you got to say. Hey, no, I'll pass. Oh, well, are you sure? I mean, whatever. Just, you don't have to go into specifics. Just be honest. No, it is not. It is not inside the Khaos group. It's other channels. Again, I'm not going to go into the channels. If you go around, Jesse Milestone had an interview with somebody that it concerned. Again, I don't want to go into it. I talked to both of the people or several other people who are involved, and I don't want to go into it personally. I know, Deej, I know that. And definitely not. I think one of the things why I'm trying to make Khaos Central into the community that I want it to be is I'm being very careful to make sure that people know we are eclectic. We have different views. We don't all agree. But we're going to come on a stream and we're going to give our different opinions. And at the end of the day, to quote Anzo, at the end of the day, you can walk away and know, hey, I said what I got to say. You leave it out, leave it there for everybody, and that's how you do it. We're all adults. At least I'd like to think we are adults. And because we're all adults, we need to treat the situation as such. Sometimes I feel like YouTube becomes a rerun of high school. Johnny said this about Danny, and Danny said this about Timmy, and Timmy said this about Eric. And before you all know it, everybody said something about somebody, but it becomes a telephone game then, and then you're not really sure what was said. There are always two sides to a story. I don't care if one side is absolutely wrong, something that they did, but until you hear both sides, and typically what I would say is until you hear both sides at the same time, don't necessarily believe everything you hear. Yeah, drop shot. You're absolutely right. Danny and Anzo, Guy Scar, everybody that I've invited in there, everybody who helps us with those shows, they're all stand-up people. They're part of a community, and a real community. We try to support each other and do what we can to do that. But there are always two sides to every story. And the easiest way that I always found out when I was a supervisor or worked as a manager at a place is somebody will say this about it, and another person will say this about it. But the easiest way to find out what the real truth is to get those two people together, get them in the same room, and say, okay, so what's really going on? Because people don't like to lie or embellish what's going on when they're in front of the person that they're talking about. Nothing, JJ. I'm talking about the community and about how things would be better if the squabbles, the infighting, and the problems people have stayed within those people. Get on a StreamYard, don't go live, talk it out. Yell and scream at each other if you got to. And then JJ also talking about how it's ridiculous that people are literally forced to take a side, and then when they take a side, some people get ghosted. I think you know what I'm talking about. I did not run over 3 squirrels yet. Hey, Jedi, what's going on? I love this community. And again, when I say community, I'm not going to say it's just Fandom Collective, Fandom Menace, Comicsgate, the Orville community, Star Trek, Star Wars. It's not that. It's everybody, because I associate with so many different groups that I consider all of that a part of my community. Now, you know, one side may not see it that way. One side may say, oh, he's this person or he's that. I've been accused of not being a supporter of this community, of people in this community, because I don't do this or I don't do that. Or, well, we don't see you leave comments, or we don't see you watch our videos. Well, you know, sorry, if I'm watching it while I'm working or listening to it while I'm working, I don't necessarily have time to leave a comment. But what I'm trying to do is whatever I can do. You can ask people out there. I'm not going to mention names. You can ask people out there. I go out of my way if I can to help people. If I don't have the time, I'm honest about it. I don't have the time right now, but I will help, or I will give them direction, or I will tell them where to go and how, what to do, or who to find to help them that also knows what I might know. That's what people in the community should do. And again, if you have an issue with somebody, you leave them out of it. Be discreet about it. If you're invited onto a stream with somebody, and there are people who I stream with, who have told me, hey, I prefer not to stream with so-and-so. And that's fine, because then I know. And I won't ask questions. And if I do, it's a one-on-one conversation, and I leave it at that. I don't let it affect my opinion of said person. Because until I have a problem with that person, until, you know, let's say somebody Anzo knows, goes and uses the N-word, for instance, to him. I'm not going to be happy about hearing about that, but let's just say this. Unless I know for a fact that that's how it happened, I might give the guy a chance. Might. It all depends on what I find out. That's a pretty strong thing. But I'm going to let Anzo know up front, hey, I might still stream with this person, but I haven't seen evidence of him doing this, and until I see that, I will respect your wishes of not wanting to stream with this person, not being on a stream, or not associating with that person. I will do that. And this is all hyperbole and hypothetical, people, so please understand this is not really happening. streaming with this person until I see some reason that I shouldn't be streaming with them. And I would respect Anto enough to do that, and I would hope he would respect me enough to say, okay, man, I don't like the guy, though. I'll be like, okay, I understand that, and I'm not ever going to ask you to like him. Well, I understand that, Shadow, and I'm not asking for anybody to, you know, I'm not asking for accolades. I don't want accolades. That's not the point. What I want people to understand is I'm here for the community. I am absolutely here, 100% for the community. Hey, LDG, good to see you. And that's all. When you do have an issue, leave it at that and continue being a part of the community. If they can't leave it at that, don't push them. Don't push them. I don't know. That's how I was raised. I grew up traveling a lot. I lived with my uncle, lots of different places. And when I came back and I was with my parents, I went to school for 3 years with my mother. My mother taught at my middle school for 3 years. And anytime I turned my back to a fight, to an argument, to anything, it was always, oh, you're going to run, go home and tell your mommy, or you're going to go tell your mommy. Oh, I heard it all. But I found that no, I wasn't going to go tell my mom. I found if I just kept moving and didn't pay attention to them, after a while, they just stopped. They didn't give a shit anymore. Just wasted their time. Yeah, that's right, DJ. But it is absolutely ridiculous to feed a fire when that's all that person wants. Drama only goes so far to help the channel. I mean, I can tell you right now, I've seen channels shoot from 100 subscribers to over 1,000 in days, only because they toe a line. They say, ooh, I believe this, or ooh, I support this person, or ooh, I hate this, or I hate that. I've been told by people that I should come up and say all of a sudden that something happened that I watched, like The Last Jedi, and I should toe the line that I hate The Last Jedi just to get more subs, just to fall in line with the community mass thought. I don't do that. I refuse to do that. Why? You know what? If people don't want to hear what I have to say, don't watch me. If people don't want to like my opinion, don't watch me. But what makes me different, what makes me me, is that I'm real about it. I'll tell you, this is what I feel. This is how I am. No, I understand, JJ, and I'm not calling you out. If anything, two people out there who have ghosted people like JJ for no particular reason. Why? If you're going to do it, at least have the respect to tell a person why you're doing something. Respect goes a long way. Even if you don't like a person, respect them enough to tell them why you don't like them, or why you don't want to mention them. Gotta love it. I hate this thing. But hey, that's how it goes. What's going on, Optimus? Good to see you. Again, though, be honest with somebody. Be straightforward with them. One-on-one. Shoot them a DM. Say, hey, man, here's a StreamYard link. I need to talk to you for a minute. You know, I said this on a stream the other day, and you might want to know why I said such and such thing. You know, I told you you associate with this person or that, or I told you that you associate with somebody. I'm going to turn this thing off and just talk. They ask, you know, hey, you're associating with so-and-so. Well, tell them who the hell they're associating with that causes somebody to ghost you. Because it's ridiculous that you should make somebody pay a price because they talk to somebody. You know what? It makes no sense to me that people in general, especially families, nobody stuck on my windshield, Deej. No, I'm not driving in circles, actually. I'm driving past neighborhoods and stuff. It makes no sense because somebody associates with somebody else that you ghost them. Again, be upfront, be honest with somebody. This is why I'm not talking to you, because you talk to this person. And then give that person a chance to say, dude, if you don't like the guy, I'm not asking you to like the guy. I don't care. You don't like the guy. That's fine. But I have nothing that has happened to me that he has done to me or she has done to me that makes me not want to talk to them. But I will honor the fact that you don't want to talk to them. I won't ask you on a stream if they're on it. I won't ask them on a stream if you're on it. I'm not playing ice cream truck music. I'm not allowed to anymore. What are you talking about? It's ridiculous to make somebody pay a price for something they don't know they did, or to pay a price because they talk to somebody that they don't know who it is. In America, you have a right to face your accuser. You have a right to say, hey, why? What's going on? And it's a shame that we don't handle that the same way on YouTube. Ghosting anybody is, to me, not acceptable. I don't like that. There's enough people in this community that we should all be able to talk to each other, and those of us who don't get along shouldn't have to. And just, but that shouldn't affect this person or that person. I'm not bringing you any Fireball, Sean. I don't have Fireball. Why would I bring you any Fireball? Hey, CCDV, good to see it. It just makes no sense how we're going to sit here and literally destroy something that we all work so hard at. And like I tell people, I don't care what my subscriber number is. I don't care what your subscriber number is. That's not why I bring you on a show. I bring you on a show because I want to hear, one, your opinion. I want you on because I like you. I get along with you. That subscriber number should have nothing to do with why you invite somebody on. And once you hit a mark above a certain number, it shouldn't change why you don't talk to somebody. You were once at 100 subscribers. Somebody, if you're under 100, the person you're talking to that's at 5, 6, 7, 10,000, they were at 100 at some time. Everybody started from someplace. You just don't get there overnight. Everybody worked. Everybody was a small channel at some time. Nothing yet. Nothing, Sean. Not yet. Didn't play mailbox baseball yet. But for people to sit there and then get to a point where they're like, oh, I'm too big for that. You know what? If you're too busy, if you're busy, hey, Steph, what's going on? Good to see you. If you're really busy, you tell people, hey, I'm busy, but I want to help you. So either I can do it now, or I can do it, this time, or this time, or this time, or you can talk to LDG, or you can talk to this person or that person. Throw another person's name out that might be able to do the same thing. You just be honest with people. I don't know where that got left behind. It seems to me that it got, just left because people don't have time to be honest, or people are afraid of being honest. If I have an issue with you, I'm going to bring it to you. That's how it is. That's how it should be. But over the 2-3 years that I've been doing this, there have been multiple occasions I understand that, Sean. Some don't. Some do. Why, though? What difference does it make? Being truthful with somebody, even if it hurts them for a second, is better than sitting there making them wonder, why aren't they talking to me? Why would they refuse to talk to me? And like a Band-Aid, ripping it off just right then and saying, here, this is what's going on. But do it outside of the community. Don't ask people to take a side on it. If it comes up, just say, hey, yeah, I don't want to stream with that guy. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. If people ask, be discreet about it. Well, him and I just have issues, or we don't see eye to eye on some stuff, and I don't feel like when we stream together it's that good. Whatever, I don't know. But be honest, and then don't force that person to choose. Too many times in this community, it seems like people want you to choose a side. And again, if you sit there and you tell me that they said something, I have to take your word for it. If you tell me they're a certain way, I have to take your word for it. But if I haven't seen it, I'm going to respect your wishes and believe that you had something happen to you. But don't expect me to change my opinion of somebody until I have witnessed it myself. Until they do something that makes me have an issue with them. When I have an issue with you, one, I'll tell you about it. Two, that's where it's going to be. It's going to be between me and you, and that's all you need to know. If I say that I have an issue with you, then I won't stream with you, or I don't invite you, but I don't care whose channel you're on. That's not my business. It doesn't matter to me. And as long as you are quiet about that issue between us, and you don't bring it out into the public, then there should be no issue. It's done. It's over. It's there. We don't stream together. We don't talk. We don't do this. And off we go. And we go about our merry way. And if something happens where there's a chance that somebody invites me and it keeps you from being on there, then I think that person who's streaming should be nice enough to know the next time maybe I should invite the other person and not this person. And it should just be understood that that's how it should be. Oh, yeah. Well, it's been 30 minutes. I've talked, I've yammered, I've done all that. Let's just be honest. Be honest with the people around you. Don't ask people to take sides. And don't expect people to just do something because you say That's what happened. Nothing, MB. Don't worry about it. Just be honest. If you got an issue with somebody, bring it to that person backstage, behind the curtain, and just say, listen, this is my issue with you. I'm going to go my way, you go your way. If you're going to be on a stream, just tell them if they mention my name, I prefer not to stream with that person, whatever. Be up front, but be discreet. Don't expect other people to take that side, but don't put other people in the middle of it either. Yeah, I just prefer not to stream with so-and-so. Hit me up the next time. Oh, yeah, how about this? Next time, have me on, and then, just ask him to sit out. Try it. Honesty. Oh, my God. I mean, it's like, I told my kids growing up, well, I don't want to ask her out because what if she says no? She says no. Who cares? Ask a person out. Who gives a fuck? Why? Because if they say no, what is it? The end of the world? People ask me how I went to work the day after my father died. I said, well, because what was I supposed to do? He was dead. I didn't know what to do about that, but I couldn't stop the world. The world doesn't stop because something happens. The world keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. And if you stop, the world goes forward, then you have lagged behind, and you will have to make it up at some point in time. But guys, call it out behind the scenes. Don't involve other people. If it's a one-on-one thing, that's what I'm talking about. I think putting it out there only causes shit, because then shit rolls on shit, and it continues to roll on, and all it becomes is a pissing match between two people who want to say who has the bigger dick. Sorry, that's my opinion. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you you're wrong, because nobody's wrong about their own opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. But guys, that's 30 minutes. I am home, and I appreciate all you guys. Again, I don't expect you to like my opinion. I don't expect you to agree with my opinion, but I don't hate you for disagreeing with me. NB Geek, you're cool in my book, so don't take what I say personally. It's a difference in opinion, and that's okay. Differences in opinions are what makes us unique and different, and it's what makes the community unique and different, because we're not all symbionts among each other and all a part of a kumbaya world. We're not. Anyways. Yeah, that's right, Nick. Everybody's got one. That's right, Deej. All right, guys. I am Chris Knight. This has been the Real Review 3000, and I am officially